Okay, but we can hear it. All right, start talking.
Start talking? Nah, start you.
I can already hear what it sounds like.
Okay, so if it's good, then it's good.
Okay.
Just shut the fuck up.
I'm going to light a ceremonial incense just to get the vibes right. What does incense make you think about?
Catholic priests. It makes me. I'm having flashbacks. I'm remembering. I'm in a. Everything's dark. Someone's grabbing my shoulders.
Actually, you know what? No, stop. This is a terrible.
Fear and pleasure.
All right, now we got any evil.
Do you
spirits,
have any sage?
Any evil spirits that were? Isn't it funny how like when Jesus was born, they were trying to like bring him the best gifts, but all they got was like
Smelly goods.
frankincense and myrrh. What the fuck is myrrh?
I agree. I don't know. And also, if someone gave me frankincense, I'd be fucking livid. Like, it seems like they just picked it up on the way.
Right,
Like
you got it at
Walgreens. And they're
Walgreens.
like, ooh.
Oh shit! I forgot to get a gift for Jesus.
I've got frankincense and
yeah,
myrrh.
I'll just stop at Walgreens real quick and get some fucking myrrh.
Oh, I'd be
2 for
livid.
1 on myrrh.
And then the other dude's like, yeah, guys, I'm sure it'll be fine. He shows up with gold. Gold? The other dudes are like, ah!
What the fuck? We said there was a $20 limit on this. You going out here big leaguing us?
Yeah, just flex.
Gold
right
for
on him.
Jesus?
That was a flex.
Honestly, how the guy who told Jesus that he couldn't stay in the hotel and that Jesus was going to have to sleep in some hay, that guy's in hell right now, right? He's in hell forever.
Yeah, for sure. Do you think he realized, like, halfway through his life, like, when he started hearing about this Jesus guy, and he's like, born in a manger? Fuck, in Bethlehem? Oh, no.
Oh, shit, that was me. Oh, God.
I better start praying. And then Jesus appears and is like, there's no use. No, don't even try.
There's no,
You know,
even
my
a
mom-
even a lifetime of good deeds won't even begin to repair.
You remember
the
my
damage.
mom, the one who did the immaculate conception, the immaculate woman? You made her sleep in the hay
outside with
with
the
the
fucking animals,
donkeys with an ass, dude?
with an ass. You made me get born next to an ass.
We're all born next to asses,
That's
Michael.
a great point. All right, should we start the podcast?
I started.
All right, we have a list to make sure that we stay on topic. So,
Introduce yourself.
no, you're skipping number 1. Remember?
Welcome to the number one. No, wait. Do we say the name?
I don't think so because we didn't decide on a name.
Oh, yeah, I
forgot. If you want to know the name of the podcast, just look below the video.
Welcome
We'll
to
have
the podcast.
the
show.
beatbox.
We'll edit that in.
podcast.
The number one show about beatboxing. Michael, a beat. What are you doing? This is
What?
not a beatboxing podcast. You're 0 for 1.
Oh my God!
This is embarrassing.
This is so
You thought we were going to beatbox?
You said the beatbox podcast.
We rehearsed. This is just stick to the script.
I thought that it was.
We wrote everything down word for word. Stick to the script.
I swear it said beatbox up there.
No.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
God, it's embarrassing.
All right, so
Anyway, let's just start over.
I guess, man, this podcast is going off to a thrilling start. This is the podcast that we haven't named yet, and I'm Scooter.
And I'm Jake.
And you probably have heard of our previous podcast, the Cool Kids Podcast.
If you are one of 32 individuals in Boise, Idaho, you've heard of it.
And if you're an active user on the website Mixcloud.
Ooh. Yeah. Even at the time, that was not the right medium.
No, we were uploading our podcast to Mixcloud.
It was a medium.
Like, how fucking stupid do you have to be to upload to Mixcloud? It has like 100 active users a year.
Yeah, and we were cleaning up with them, dude.
We were like the most popular podcast on Mixcloud.
Yeah.
It was just me refreshing the page, but still.
It counts for something.
It does.
And we had a lot of fun.
We did, and we're reviving the podcast because, honestly, the fans just kept telling us that we need to get back in the game. They miss the great riffs, the bits, so...
The freestyle rapping.
The freestyle rapping especially, which were all pre-written.
Yeah, they
we
were.
pre-wrote every one of them.
Also, that may be why you got into the podcast, but not me. That's not why I'm here.
Why are you here?
I'm here for the women and the clout.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
the two things that podcasts bring you.
Bitches and fame.
Yeah, in that order.
And yes, on this podcast, we refer to women as bitches. We respect them, but that doesn't mean they ain't bitches.
It's true. It's true. And to be fair, we refer to other people's bitches too. They all be some
like
bitches.
men who act stupid like women.
Fuck.
Damn it, man.
sheesh.
Redo. Let's
we'll
start over.
Cut out the misogyny.
So
We'll fix the misogyny in post.
since this is
It's like a crackle in the mic.
since this is a it's just the whole podcast is a series of bleeps where I'm accidentally misogynist.
Like, yeah, put it on Mixcloud.
But there's since this is a pilot, we should probably give an introduction.
Yeah. I think they're usually the ones that are in the front of the plane. They usually control the direction.
No. Introduction of the pilot episode.
Yeah. So in this episode, we're going to talk about the people that sit in the front of the plane. They have the steering wheel.
Wait. Do you think we're sitting this way because we're supposed to be the pilots?
Yeah, I'm the wings, and you sit in front
and
of me.
And I steer?
Yeah, you
steer.
This
is really what you think?
You said pilot.
Yeah, pilot has two meanings.
Really?
Yeah. It also means the first episode of a show.
All right. Jeez.
This is not about aviation
okay.
at all.
I was going to say, because I am not the right
Nothing to do about
person
airplanes.
to be on an aviation podcast.
Yeah.
I've flown like a 747 like a dozen or two times. Like, I'm not the guy, right?
So it sounds like you kind of are qualified.
Well, I mean, I have my pilot's license, and I have been flying since I was 16, but I wouldn't know about qualified. Like, I've flown a number of things from prop planes to water planes, biplanes.
That's like every type of plane.
Yeah, I mean, I've worked around, but I don't know if I'd say I'm like the expert. I'm not the guy.
Sure, I'm a member of the Mile High Club because I masturbated in an airplane lavatory.
So I guess we're both qualified.
And we are. This is an aviation podcast, actually.
Yeah.
We're supposed to do an intro. As you can see, he has red hair, so
I don't make the rules.
It's just how he was born. Unfortunately, the recessive genes took the fuck over, so he got red hair, and
sometimes they come out that way.
Also, some other birth defects.
So what? I've got a left leaner, dude. Most dicks have a direction they lean. Like, sure,
yours is 90 degrees though.
Okay, so it's 90.
Does
that
looks
mean
like the
that,
letter
like,
L?
So I went to the fucking doctor and he said you have a disability. That doesn't mean like there's anything wrong with me.
Yeah, when your wife has sex with you, she sometimes says that you have to approach from the side.
Yeah, dude, it's called a side bang. You never do a side bang?
It's like in Tetris when you get the perfect piece.
Yeah, you kind of have to
right.
like move it right at that last second so it like swoops in. That doesn't happen to you? Oh, just me.
I love Tetris jokes.
I love jokes about peyronie's. Fun
You
fact
do?
about peyronie's. Utah, where I lived for some time, has these billboards that say like, it's like a golfer and it's like hooking left, go to peyronie's.com. And like there was another one that's like, it was like a picture of like some political stuff. It was like a donkey and an elephant. It was like leaning left or right. Go to peyronie's.com. And I was always like, what is Peyronie's? And so I went to their website and I was like reading through it. I was like, so it's like a medical thing? And
was it about
I was
dicks
like,
leaning?
Yeah, it was about a penis and it was a medical thing. I was like, what is this? And then I Googled Peyronie's disease. And that's the medical term for a hard hook, a hard turn.
Holy
to
shit.
the point where like you're like wee doesn't wah, you know?
Have you ever heard of the diphallic dude?
No, but
Here, let me just pull up a picture.
That's all right.
Yeah, so
You
this
probably
is just
tell
for
me.
us. This is just for us because if I put this on the internet, I will be banned from every platform.
I think
The
I'm all
podcast
right.
will be over before it started.
I think I'm good, dude.
His
Oh!
book is called Doubleheader. How good is that?
That's a good. I like that one.
I feel like Safe
the
Search
one
is
that's
on.
the sausages.
Safe Search is on.
You know, I get the gist.
No,
of it.
you
I
don't.
get-
You
no,
have to
That's
see-
all right.
You
That's
have
all
to
right.
see the diphallic dude because it's really, it's quite
oh.
cool. He has two penises, and
Honestly, one is more than enough.
honestly, I can't even handle one very well.
It's fine.
Well, you get the idea. There's the two bulges.
It's the cover of his book.
His book is called Doubleheader: My Life with Two Penises by the Diphallic Dude.
Interesting.
So anyway, a little bit about us.
Oh, the description. The
Yeah, an
description.
introduction. Yeah.
Yeah. Introduce.
I'm Scooter. You probably are here because of me, because there's about 0% chance that you're bringing any audience.
I
to
have
this.
fans. You ever heard of my mom? Just kidding. I won't be telling my mom about this.
Yeah, honestly,
Um,
there's only two scenarios.
Yep. Okay.
One, your mom never hears about the podcast. Number two, the only way your mom is hearing about the podcast is if we're really famous. Then
Yeah.
it doesn't matter because we have a famous podcast.
Yeah, sorry, Mom, that I saw a double penis man on a podcast. Mom, please leave. The fame is worth it, and the fortune, and
I
the
mean,
ladies.
Clearly, we are just doing this for the money. Whoa. Hello. Okay. Anywho.
Introductions. My name is Jake Barack Obama Thompson.
I'm Scooter
Don't
Abraham.
say any last names, though. We'll bleep those out. Just in case.
Just in case. Yeah, we don't want to.
Some of us have jobs.
Yeah, some of us have jobs. But you did say Barack Obama.
Yeah. Well, we don't need to blurb his name. People know who he is.
Yeah, sure.
I've been told that I look like a young Barack. I've got that kind of gravitas.
That's right. You do have a lot of gravitas. That means you have a lot of gravity
Yeah,
because
I've
you're
got
fat,
a lot
right?
of gravity. Yeah, you should see me. Woo, more like COVID 40. Am I right?
That's right. The freshman 15 and the COVID 40.
Yeah, between the two, I am pushing a whole 70.
Well, so we decided to do this podcast, and that's over. We made that decision. Sorry about it, but we did.
Nothing we can do about it at this
Yeah,
point.
we went to high school together. We went to middle school together.
Yeah. So, in fact, my first memory of Michael, his fingers were all over my butt and my balls.
That's true. Should we give them any more information, or should we just leave it at that?
I think they'll infer it.
They'll understand. Obviously, it's not.
Obviously, we're talking about middle school lightweight football people. We're talking about where the real down and dirty happens, the real peak athleticism. We're
That's
talking
right.
about 13-year-old boys under 140 pounds running
Which
around.
are the hottest guys.
I didn't say that.
Woo, woo, woo.
Yeah, which one are these?
Yeah, we don't have the soundboard.
We'll
set up.
add the soundboard in post.
If I had the police siren, that would have been good
Yeah,
timing.
it would have.
Yeah, but unfortunately, yeah, he was the backup center for the lightweight
I
football
worked
team.
my way onto varsity. I started
did.
after the other center threw the ball over your head several times.
That's right, yeah. And so I was the quarterback, so I did fondle his balls. Before I knew your name, I was fondling your balls, and that's just how football goes, I guess.
Yeah, sometimes that's just how truck stops go too.
That is. You know, I was thinking about truck stop glory holes
Yeah, were ya?
often.
I guess it was a Tuesday night, huh?
I was wondering, like, how do you get the courage to stick your dick through one of those?
Meth.
Oh, you just want a mouth on penis. That's about the only requirement you have.
Or, yeah. I mean, you do meth, and then it's just whatever, you know? I call it the old liquid courage. A little dose of the old liquid courage right into the veins.
But, I mean, here's the other side of the glory hole situation. Think about the person just waiting for someone to stick their dick through.
Yeah.
They probably have to just sit there and wait for hours and hours.
Finally.
Finally, I'm getting a dick coming through. I mean, people still, like, I've talked to people who have used glory holes. They're convinced that there's a hot woman on the other side.
Yeah.
They all are. It's like just even if it's a 1% chance, they're like, yeah, but I just used that 1% chance, and that's what I think about.
So they call me Barack Obama because I'm all about the hope. And I relate with these people. But
Yeah.
there's no hope because a hot woman, actually, they go to these cool things called bars or clubs. And
They don't even need to do that.
They don't need to, but that's generally where they're found.
It's true.
And they don't go to glory holes because the point of the
No.
glory hole is that you don't know what's on the other side. And if you're attractive, it kind of defeats the point of being attractive, right?
Right, because
Because
the
people
whole
would like
point
to look
is
at
you don't want to see the person.
Right. It's like a paper bag.
It's a guy with a handlebar mustache that weighs 400 pounds and lost his foot to diabetes.
It's Bubba for sure.
That's who's blowing you.
Bubba. But he does give a good gummer, dude. Whether you like to admit it or not, Bubba with the gums.
I mean, if you could really, like, get your brain to the point where you could just turn that part of your brain off, I'm sure it's enjoyable.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it just feels like a blowjob.
It feels probably like a great one because Bubba's practiced a lot. Bubba's got that down.
Yeah. It's funny to think about somebody who's just there to give the blowjob because I'm pretty sure how it works is you take turns, right? No?
That's right. No, I think there's a dedicated sucker.
What a weird thing to
Because
do.
no one's ever going to go to a glory hole if they think they're going to have to suck after. That's got to cut your attendance in half at least.
It sounds like there's going to be way more demand for the suck side than the suckering side. So you got to
I
imagine
think
there's
you've
a
got
line.
a bad read on truckers. I think that
It's perhaps
there's
true.
a big demand for suck. are a big demand for getting suck. I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
I understand.
I tried to say it backwards and I fucked myself.
The bottom line is sucky hole. Either way, people down for it.
Yeah, where do you have to get in your life? Like, what has to go wrong?
Well, in my experience, it was a divorce, drug addiction. Really, it was like
That just sounds like my life.
well, okay. As soon as I said that, I was like, this has turned into a bit of a roast.
This is just turning into a factual statement. It's not even a roast. You're just saying things about me.
Perhaps.
But unfortunately, I used to be married, but unfortunately, my wife passed away.
She's in a better place.
Yeah, unfortunately, she is dead now. We were talking about that the other day, just about our purpose in life.
Oh, yeah. It was something that I sit around and think about all the time. I mean, you see it all the time, like people committing suicide, like
deaths of they call them deaths of despair.
Yeah,
like they're going way up in this country because no one has any purpose anymore.
Right, and I was thinking about how, if you think about it, back in the day, that was there. You didn't have so much time to sit around and just be sad, right?
Right.
Imagine guys in like World War II sitting around being like, what is my purpose in life?
Right.
You know, it's like, no, you're running for your life. Your purpose is to not get shot
by the
Japs.
You just are trying to dodge bullets from the Japanese. It's World War II slang. It's fine.
That's true. This is just historical. Yeah.
We got Pearl Harbor. I give you guys the W on Pearl Harbor, but we get to keep that one.
All right, sneak attacks barely count. I guess. But yeah, like back then, it's like, it's kind of the only thing about the military that makes sense to me as like an appeal perspective, right?
It's true.
It's because you can't really sitting around being like depressed and like wondering what's going on. I'm like,
what am I gonna do with my life?
It's like, no, your purpose is to not die and accomplish the objectives. Like I feel like,
and to beat the Krauts.
Yeah.
How come it's fine for me to say Krauts, but if it's bad if you?
Because sauerkraut's a delicious food. That's why.
It's wrong to call people food. How about that one?
All right, Cookie.
Hey, shut the fuck up. I was thinking about it the other day.
Yeah.
People in World War II, like, there would never be the equivalent of cancel culture in World War II.
Yeah, no doubt.
There's a 0% chance.
Why is that, Michael?
Because, I mean, imagine if you go to battle and your best friend gets killed by grenade shrapnel and you have to hold him while he, like, gives his last message to his wife. Be like, tell my wife I love her. And you have to look him in the eyes as he dies. Suddenly you don't give too much of a shit that Dave is telling misogynistic jokes.
Dave may have saved my life in battle. He may have jumped in front of a grenade, but I don't know. That guy had some pretty backwards opinions about women.
That guy is a total dick. Did you hear his joke yesterday about whistle while your wife works?
Yikes.
Ugh.
That's a good one, actually, dude.
I mean, what's the generation for World War II?
The silent generation?
Or
no,
that's
the greatest? The greatest, you're right.
The greatest.
I get those two mixed up.
I love that name. The greatest generation. How fucking boastful do you have to be? They're like, what should we call ourselves? Well, we're the greatest, so let's just go with that.
I mean, the Zoomers are fast. That's that's better than most of the other ones. Zoom.
I mean, it is pretty funny, like, when you think about, like, boomer humor.
Yeah, that is funny.
And then you think about, like,
funny, but
their jokes aren't funny. But, like, silent generation jokes, really not funny.
Very similar.
It's all, like, whistle while your wife works, who's on first. That shit is hilarious to them. They lost their shit to that.
Whistle while your wife works is pretty good, dude. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't make the rules.
It's fine, I guess. There's a lot of good information about World War II I learned recently. Like, no one ever thinks about China in World War II.
No.
They could totally get fucked. They don't get any credit, even though China, like, lost, like, 1 million people. Could you imagine losing 1 million people and no one's ever even heard of it? I mean, you think your life is meaningless. Imagine being part of 1 million person slaughter and no one even knows about it.
Yeah, I don't know about it. I still don't. I'll just forget this. I don't really.
Nanking, it was bad.
Yeah. I actually
the Japanese, not the Japs. The Japanese raped and murdered 1 million people.
Yeah, what are you going to do? I didn't know anything about that until I watched the Christian Bale movie. when he was a little kid.
Oh yeah, that was a good movie.
Fantastic
That was a
movie.
great
And I was like,
film.
oh. But I mean, yeah. So I really still didn't care though. Like, I don't know. I mean, the movie is about the white people over there.
I know that's the
Bad
only
things
way.
were happening to them.
That's the only way they
still-
could get American audiences to care. They're like,
yeah.
well, we can tell a story about China and World War II, but we need to put some whites in there, or else no one's gonna watch the movie.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I don't remember any Chinese people in that movie.
No, because American audiences are the most racist audience.
I actually think it's because they were raped and killed, Michael. They can't be in the movie if you're raped and killed.
You know,
Dumbass.
Americans, we get a lot of shit for being racist, but like the Chinese never get shit for being racist. Guess what?
What?
Look at the U.S. Olympic team.
Okay.
There's like white people, black people,
True.
Latinx people. I feel weird saying that.
You should.
But we have all sorts of diversity on our team.
That's true.
Look at the Chinese team.
Go on. Say
All
it.
Chinese.
Yeah.
What, are you trying to get me to say they all
No.
look the same?
Maybe. Maybe. I was just waiting to see where it was going.
I don't
Sometimes.
believe that.
I can't wait
I think
to cancel
all,
you.
I think all white people look the same. Like, you look like at least 10 people I know.
Yeah. So
All
my
gingers look the same as the truth.
and harsh but fair. Harsh but fair.
See,
In
this
fact,
is-
my wife, she's had sex with like 4 ginger dudes. She's like, "Well, y'all look the same to me. What do you want?" Like, and I was like, that's fair. I don't know. Well, I guess.
See, this is what we do. We joke about racial stereotypes to break them down.
Yeah. This is what 2 white dudes need to
Yeah,
do.
we're challenging systems of oppression.
It's called bringing people together.
That's right. That's what we're here to do on the
Podcast.
Should we do a little ad break?
Yeah.
So,
I can't believe we got sponsors lined up for our very first episode.
well, we had them rolled over from last podcast.
Oh, yeah.
We've had an ongoing
sense.
relationship. We tried to shoot out to Skillshare, over to Squarespace, MeUndies, but they were like, pretty much all said the same exact thing.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Same thing my wife says.
So we reached out to all those places, but we weren't able to get them. But we were able. We have a good relationship with RC Cola. So this episode is
The day
sponsored
ones.
by RC Cola. Use discount code COLA at rccola.com. Get yourself a case of cool, refreshing, sweet RC Cola.
Get it wherever not original soda is sold. Your local Walmarts, local bulk stores. I think you can get them at dollar stores.
No, they stopped doing that.
Oh.
Yeah, any place where you can find Mr. Pibb, they'll
Yeah.
have RC Cola too.
Yeah. Usually at like flea markets.
So this episode, if you want 15% off of RC Cola, just go to rccola.com. Use code COLA at checkout. It's really the best soda out there. Cool, refreshing. It's got better flavor profile than Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Pepsi.
Yeah. I mean, I find it has like an oaky nuttiness to it.
It
that
does.
Really, it takes it to that next level,
It's all we drink with every meal is RC Cola
Yeah.
for like the past 15 years.
That and Red Bull.
That's
but
right.
Don't tell the RC Cola folks.
See, Red Bull, I drink it and it just hurts. Like
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
heart hurts. Like I get chest pains from drinking it, but I don't stop drinking it.
RC Cola. It won't give you any heart pains. At least not this decade.
See, Red Bull. Oh my goodness, is that a Red Bull commercial? That's pretty funny.
Yes.
Though,
Wow,
I
a
mean, what are
real
the
one.
chances? We drink sugar-free Red Bull, and it's like, oh, we're healthy. But then you look at the bag, and it's like the same chemicals you used in the Manhattan Project.
Yikes.
It's like, what the fucking Higgs boson? How the hell?
I'd buy that. If they had a Higgs boson drink, I'd buy it for sure.
You take a drink, and there's like a literal black hole in your stomach.
Yeah.
That'd be the worst diarrhea ever. Be like 9/11 for your toilet. Some kind of britches holocaust.
Any more?
No.
was
That last
good.
one was from South Park anyway.
Okay.
Everything before that was original.
You always finish it off with a little. Let the pros finish it off,
And honestly, if one of our listeners is smart enough to call me on stealing a joke, I'm just happy that we like the same things.
I'm just happy we have listeners.
Yeah, so go ahead.
Yeah. No one's ever listened to me before.
I can't help but notice, but you are getting fatter.
Yeah, well, I'm getting older and I don't change my lifestyle, so, those two kind of go hand in hand.
Man, what a great transition right there. And the next one?
The next one is skipping school.
I don't remember what we were going to say.
You don't remember? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm legit. I'm getting fat and sweaty.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Every day is a little fatter, a little sweatier.
Every single day I say I'm going to go on a diet.
I actually lost weight. Thank you very much.
You don't look like it.
Thanks.
You're kind of like me, though. You carry all your weight in your chin.
In your chin.
I'm the same way.
But you have a beard though, so you kind of play it off.
Most of the time I shave it, so it's like I don't really.
Shit, I didn't know that was noticeable.
The worst is when you get so fat you can't see your penis anymore. Am I right?
Oh yeah, dude. Wait, you can see your penis normally?
Only with a fucking microscope. And it has to be calibrated first. You can't just go in there blind.
Not one of those cheap mic or magnifying glasses either.
That
I'm
you'll
talking
find in like a high school
lab
chemistry
grade.
lab.
Yeah. It's the kind that they use to find the Higgs boson.
Yeah. Man, so much great Higgs boson material that we got.
I do have a chemical engineering degree.
Yeah, it's funny because I just have this entire notepad filled with Higgs boson material.
It just says Higgs boson over and over and over. You say Higgs bozo? Is that okay?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's the name of the podcast.
Higgs boson. If we were
Nice.
rednecks.
If we were rednecks, we could do that.
And scientists.
If we were just smart in general, we could pull that off.
Perhaps. I barely know what I'm talking about when I'm telling dick jokes.
See, I think that there's actually like an intelligence that goes into dick jokes. Have you ever met someone who was really good at telling dick jokes that wasn't also kind of smart? I haven't.
Interesting.
It is a science. I mean, at the
The
very
science of dick jokes.
I mean-
I've got a PhD in phallic humor.
dick. Oh man, that's good. PhD, phallic humor, dick.
Dick. My middle name is Dick. Did you know that?
It's Richard.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
No, it's not.
Yeah, because Richard, Rich, Rick rhymes with Dick.
I think that Richard is one of the most versatile names.
Yeah.
Rich, Richie, Rick, Ricky, Dick, Dickie, Richard.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of names. It's like the Catherine for guys. Catherine is just so undefeated.
Yeah.
I think if I was transgender, I would be a Catherine.
You kind of do look like a Catherine.
I'm not transgender, but I do think about it when I jerk off.
Yeah?
I don't know
How's it
what
go?
I don't know what that makes me, but fantasizing to be a lady is I would never claim to be,
Right.
because I don't want to live my life that way. But what is that?
An ally.
So you got any good high school stories?
Yeah, so we've been friends a long time.
Way too long.
We've been acquaintances for like,
For so long
Woo.
that we're starting to get sick of each other.
yeah, starting to.
Oh.
Anyway,
This is episode 1.
and we plan to go for years.
That's right.
That's right. Jake and Michael for forever.
That's correct.
Scooter.
Dude, you just doxed my name.
Shit, I meant Scooter. Shit.
You just doxed me.
I always do that. Well, I knew you were.
Now they're going to call my boss.
And his boss's phone number is 443.
Whoa.
What?
Those were right.
I know. Also, how
We
the
were
hell
talking
do I know your
earlier-
boss's phone
We were
number?
talking earlier about how, like, in high school, we remember when we would get sent to the principal's office and they would act like it was like a real investigation.
Yeah, they'd be like, they
were
had
such
nothing else
dicks.
going on. Well, they had nothing going on. I mean, like, I get bored at work.
It's true. You know what? For the first time, I understand.
Yeah. But no, we got in trouble, like,
Every day.
yeah.
Showing up to
True.
school high is never a good idea.
Turns out it's frowned upon. I honestly didn't know that, officer. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's not good. Also, not going was a problem.
Not going is a big
That was
problem.
my main problem.
A lot of times I would just like wake up and be like, damn, I need a cigarette. And then I'd be like, well, now I can't go to school because I smell like cigarettes. It's really a vicious cycle.
Yeah, I'd be driving to school and I'd be like, oh, man, I am just definitely going to be a couple minutes late. Let's just go to McDonald's.
See,
I'll take a
that's-
nap in the car.
That's a big problem with like public schools is they punish you more for being a
Right.
few minutes late than just not showing up.
yeah,
Period.
I'd be like, well, in this class, I already have 6 tardies. If I get 7, that's Saturday school. But I only have 2 absences, and I think I can get away with a 3rd absence, so I'm just not going to go.
Yeah, you would have to
You
calculate
like do
that
some
out.
little mental calculus, and that's
Oftentimes you would
maybe
be
smarter.
wrong.
Yeah, I was.
You'd be like, actually, you had 8 absences.
Yikes.
But yeah, it's weird when you would get called down to the principal's office, and they would like they would good cop, bad cop you. There was this bald guy. What was his name?
I don't know if we should say his name.
We should say his name.
I don't think we should say his name.
Horning.
But we shouldn't.
Mr. Horning.
We'll edit that out.
Yeah, we'll edit it out.
Mr. Horning. Ugh. I got in trouble. So I got suspended like once or twice a year. Like, not that bad.
He was like a Navy SEAL reject.
Yeah, he was.
He thought he was still in the Army.
Yeah, well, I mean, some people are like, I'm going to be a cop, and then they realize, like, that's a lot of pressure. I'll just, like, go to where children are and boss them around. Not my favorite guy, believe it or not. But, yeah, so Mr. Horning, I remember my junior year of high school, I got in trouble because my teacher took my phone away from me. My dad sent me a text saying, hey, I know the tires are bald on the truck. I hope you made it to school. We got to put some sandbags in there to keep it from jostling around in the ice.
Not safe.
No, it wasn't safe.
Not safe at all.
It wasn't safe, and my dad wanted to rectify that. And so my phone's like, brink, and I'm like, oh, shoot. I pull up my phone, mute it, put it back in my pocket. Because I'm 17
a normal person.
I'm 16, 17. I'm an adult.
Also,
almost.
we went to school in the era where smartphones were just starting to exist. Nowadays, they have to like lock away their smarphones.
Right, yeah.
They had no rules. They didn't know how to enforce it yet.
And it changed all the time.
Yeah.
That was the main problem.
We would just have them.
Sophomore year, if you got in trouble with a phone, they would take it away, and you probably wouldn't get it back. Junior year, they would just take it at the beginning of the period and then just give it back to you at the end of class. Like, they realized that it was a little ridiculous.
Right.
Like, they wouldn't send it to the principal's office or anything anymore. And so that teacher took my phone away when it blinked, which was absurd to begin with, put it in my pocket. She takes it out, puts it in her desk. And then this same teacher, like, dips out of class like 20 minutes early. She's just like, later, work on these workbook things, and dips out.
She finally got asked out on a date after like 15 years of being single.
Must be nice.
And her vagina literally getting cobwebs.
Yeah, and so I think the vagina pulled her out of the classroom, like, sucked her out. Like, she had no say in the matter. So it's hard to fault her for it, but she leaves class early. Class ends, and I'm like looking around like, where's my, she's gone. I have no phone. So I go, and luckily she was so polite. She left the desk open. She put my phone right on the drawer right there. So I'm like, oh, that's reasonable. Pick it up, put it in my pocket, go to my next class. I'm walking to my next class. Vice principal is like, oh, I can't believe you, Jake. And I'm like, hello, how's it going? Like, I had like a decent relationship with her. I'm like, what's up? And she's like, don't you try to play like that with me. And I was like, what? I'm just trying to go to math. Like, I'm trying to go to stats. She's like, ooh, I can't. I was like, what did I do? She's like, don't even pretend. Oh, you come to the office right now. I genuinely am like looking around like I have no idea
knowing
what's
what you
going on.
did.
So I'm sitting there in the office, and she's like, I can't believe you took that phone. I was like, the phone thing? I had no idea. And she's like, hey, yeah. And then so they were very upset. So this Horning comes into the office.
Well, they like to freeze you out first.
Yeah, oh, that's true.
They always
that's
would
true.
freeze you out.
No, and that's exactly what happened. He sat
there. They
there.
would make you wait for like 15 minutes and just sit there.
She's like, he will be ready to come talk to you in a few minutes. And I'm like, okay. So I'm sitting there. I'm like looking around. She's like, Jake, you have a real issue with respect. And I was like, respect? Okay. So
start doing Dangerfield bits.
Yeah.
I can't get no respect.
No respect. No, it seriously was like pretty much like that. So I'm sitting there on ice. I'm like looking around like.
They use like psychological operations from the army.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Geneva Conventions banned some of the stuff they did. But they left me in isolation. And I'm like sitting there. They come and they start waterboarding me. But he comes in after sitting, and he's clearly doing the bad cop after she had just been like, Jake, this is pretty serious. We're going to need to figure it out. Whatever, blah, blah, blah. He comes in, guns blazing. Like, you're in the biggest pile of crap, kid. You don't even know what's going to happen to you. And I'm sitting there. I was like, my phone? Like, what are we talking about here? Like, I'm missing stats class. I got a test coming up, dude. But, yeah. And then
Did you try and get a guilty plea?
He's like, if you sign this confession right now. He's like,
we can give you 1 year time instead of.
He's like, yeah, I know you've got a few younger siblings. Sure would be a shame if they started getting in trouble too, huh? The closer eye on them.
If you take this to trial, we can make you have a real hard time.
Our lawyers have nothing better to do than sit and eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast. Like, you eat pieces of shit for breakfast? But no, so he comes in, he's like, you could be charged with theft. And I went, Theft of my own phone? You can't steal what's yours. And he was like, it was in her desk. And I was like, it was open. And she left it. I thought it was my phone.
She stole from you.
It
was your property.
It blew my mind. And
number one, you can't charge minors.
Also, you
can't charge minors with crimes like theft.
Yeah, there was a lot wrong with that. And I looked at him. I laughed. I was like, your scare tactics aren't going to work on me. I said that. Because this is about the tipping point in schooling for me when, you really realize that it doesn't matter very much.
You started listening to too much Pennywise.
I was listening to Pennywise. I was sitting there. I was like, oh, angry all the time.
I remember you were very angry at this point. You looked like a little tomato.
Yeah, I was like all red. I was like, ooh, man. So I told him that, and he got so angry. We flipped. He looked like the tomato for once, and he just walked out. I didn't see him anymore. The other principal came in and was like, yeah, you're suspended. And I was like, okay.
I think you won the interaction.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have to go to school for a couple days.
That's winning. I mean, out of school suspension is like the best thing that you could possibly get.
Happened to
school,
me,
that's a free vacation. That's like getting suspended with pay in like a professional setting.
Yeah, it's like when cops like put their knees on like people's necks.
Yeah, when cops accidentally shoot innocent people.
You naughty boy.
You get suspended
without
with
pay.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. All right, so this is about where we end the podcast. But as a tradition here at the podcast should I edit in later?
Yeah, for sure. We'll definitely edit it.
So we're going to end every episode by airing our grievances. Just a short little monologue where we basically tell you something that really bothers us. So
you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. You just
Please.
did your story.
Yeah, I got to rest the old Vokes.
Okay, here's my grievance of the day, week. I don't know how often we're doing these. Here's my grievance. My grievance is girls on Tinder or Bumble or whatever dating app who say that they will have sex with anyone who owns a boat. Now, this may seem like an interesting phenomenon, but it's really quite common. I've seen maybe 10 to 15 women who say that they will have sex with anyone who has a boat. And they match with everyone, so you think, oh, great, this beautiful woman just matched with me. Go to her profile, she looks like a Swedish supermodel, like a hot, tan, blonde Swedish supermodel. And you're like, oh, no way, and she matched with me? And then you read, oh, I just want someone with a boat. Now, what's going to happen here? Am I going to go spend $600, rent a boat, go all the way out on the lake, blow my wad in 30 seconds, and then be sitting there like,
Anyway.
I could have saved a lot of money if I just jerked off beforehand.
Yeah. You could have flown all the way to Mexico and gotten a hooker.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that if you own a boat, it starts raining immediately. It starts raining pussy everywhere.
Do you think that those women work for boat companies and they're just trying to drum up demand?
That's so smart. If that's the case, it's no longer a grievance of mine.
Yeah, it's just good marketing, frankly.
That's just smart.
Do they specify what kind of boat? Like
doesn't matter. If I go in a little canoe, pull down your pants. All right.
You said in the thing. That's binding. That's legally binding. I gotcha.
Like, technically, this is a kayak, not a boat. Like, on a technicality.
Well, you got my fishing boat. It's got like the little. It's got like the engine, but you got to like get it moving a little first before it starts. Swedish supermodel. Oh my. You're like, actually, can you pull on the motor so I can? I'll push with the paddle.
Yeah. Just covered in mud,
Putting
like
her to
afterwards. Do I get my blow job now?
Yeah, that is a problem. I also have grievances. Personally,
great transition.
my grievance is with people who have grievances. I think you need to grow up.
No, that's not. Do a grievance.
Okay, I got many a grievance.
We actually had to edit him quite down because he
yeah.
When I said to list a grievance, he just started typing for like 30, 45
they
minutes.
They were all very personal too.
Very racist as well.
Let's not out me. No, but. Really, though, I do have some things that grind the old gearbox.
And I do not think the audience is going to take this well.
Well, no, this is something that just genuinely bothers me, is that people always talk about celebrities like they're people you know or they're people you know personally and they're a big part of your lives, when it just drives me nuts because they're not. They're just rich people that, like, we just look at for some reason. It pisses me off. which is fine. So the idea of a celebrity is not a problem. I'm kind of a celebrity myself. That doesn't bother me. But it bothers me when people care too much about things that, like negative things that happen to celebrities that are just normal things. It's a bummer, but like everybody's grandma dies. Like people are like, oh, Kanye West makes a sad album because his grandma died. He's clearly really messed up. Everybody's grandma dies. Like it's sad. It's a bummer. It's kind of what grandmas do. They're great and then they die. They're old. People get old.
People die.
People die. Like that's the other thing that drives me nuts when celebrities die and everyone's like, oh, I'm all beat up because Chadwick Boseman died. Oh, the freaking guy from the Avengers movie that really broke you up. Like it's a bummer when he dies. Guy down the street died the other day. I didn't care at all. Literally didn't even. I was like, oh, that's a bummer. I don't know Chadwick Boseman. I've at least seen the guy down the street a few times. I've seen him walking his dog. Chadwick Boseman, it's a bummer that he died, but it's like, I don't really care, and I don't think anyone should get that broken up about it.
Okay, so I basically gave you a platform to list your grievances, and you complained about Kanye and Chadwick. Are there any non-people of color you'd like to insult?
No.
Or is it just black men that you have a problem with?
So Mac Miller died, but that one actually I relate to. That one was a bummer. That actually really beat.
That's not good, yeah. I think I've got a great joke to end this on.
Okay.
How about if Chadwick Boseman was gay
Okay.
and he was Chadwick Blowsman?
Ooh. Big Dick Blowsman?
Bow.
Oh.
Bow.
And with that.
And with that, we leave it running for dramatic effect.
Thank you for listening to the introductory episode of
And we leave this all in.
Podcast.
Oh, I missed it. Do it one more time. Thank you for listening to the pilot episode of
Podcast.
See, we got it. That get
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I'll just edit that in and make
Yeah,
make it look like we didn't mess up.
Okay. First try.
I think for a first episode, that was pretty good.
I disagree. I think I did pretty well. I have some notes.
Really, because I was carrying.
Eh.
I was carrying the whole thing.
All right, cool it with that. Keep it constructive.
Oh man, one episode and we're already pointing our guns at each other.
I want 51% is all I'm saying.
No. It's my computer. It's my microphones. I get 55%. I'm the Ethan Klein of this relationship. You're the Trisha Paytas.
I get an executive producer credit.
Fine. But that's only worth 10 percentage points.
That's fine. I just want the clout.
So you're at 45, I'm at 55? Of the Patreon money that doesn't exist yet?
Ooh. Can I let's plug our stuff. onlyfans.com/
He doesn't even have social media.
No, not really. I should though.
No, you should not. We do not want to see into this.
Yeah, I kind of like being an enigma, you know?
And I'm probably just going to upload this to my social media, so I don't need to plug it. If you're watching this, you're already there.
Whoa.
I know, right?
Whoa.
That's so trippy.
That's great, dude. Well, plus we don't know the name of the podcast or anything yet, so it's like
We really should have thought of a name before starting
I
filming.
don't make the rules.
We really
And I don't
should.
make the podcast names.
That's true. Well, next episode we'll have a name. Also, the podcast has been over for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just having fun.
It's just a good time. Honestly, this is way better than the podcast was.
Well, I'm actually holding the mic up here. I think the whole first half the audio is scuffed.
No, I was paying attention. It's fine.
We'll see.
I've had a problematic audio before. There was no issues. I need to set
Yo,
up
that's
the
my
camera.
rap name. Problematic audio. Problematic with your hoe.
That actually sounds kind of cool.
Thanks, dog.
You're good at that.
It's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.